Fayad here, and today I'll be discussing with you the differences between BTO flats and also resale flats. And I feel that this has been a very hot topic among recent home buyers, especially first-time buyers, because not many can differentiate between the pros and cons between these two selections. Okay, so what I hope to achieve today is to lay out the facts and probably some figures for you so that it can help you make an informed choice when buying your next home. Alright, but please do bear in mind that I'm not trying to sell which idea is a better one for you, because different people have different opinions about different houses. Alright, so ultimately the choice is still in your hands. So stay tuned and welcome to Property Solutions by Fayad. Hi guys, welcome to Property Solutions by Fayad, and let's discuss some property matters. Okay, so what are the differences between BTO and resale flat? Alright, now most basic explanation that I can give to you is that built to order flats or BTO are houses that you order direct from HDB, and the resale flats are houses that you order or you buy from the open market. Okay, so if you come to me and tell me that, hey Fayad, I want to go take a look at some BTO flats, let's go for some viewing, and I'm so sorry, the answer is actually no, because the houses are not ready yet. Okay, take a look right behind me. So there you go, that's a BTO flat, still on the way. Alright, it's not ready yet, so you can't view. Alright, so after saying that, it basically means that you are actually ordering your house direct from HDB, and after everybody else have done the same, only then HDB will start building your house, yeah, to the construction process. Okay, and that process will take about 3 to 4 years. Yeah, and after 3 to 4 years, only then you will see the final product, which is your home. On the other hand, the resale flats, they are readily available. You can get it as fast as probably 4 months. Yeah, and so that is a very big difference as compared to the BTO flats. 4 years and 4 months. Imagine that. Okay, so if you have the luxury of time, BTO is a good choice for you. But let's say you are financially strong and you would like to get your house as soon as possible, resale flat is the way to go. Okay, so consider that. And of course, price has a factor to play too in this particular point, because when you are buying a resale flat, you are buying the house at the current market price. Okay, but when you are buying a BTO, you are actually buying a house which is only physically available probably 4 years down the road, but you are buying at the current market price. Okay, so how does that affect you? Now think about this. If 4 years down the road property prices were to increase, okay, then that is actually a good news for you, because you got your house at a very good price as compared to the market 4 years down the road. But let's say 4 years down the road the property prices were to drop, okay, then that will actually cause a lot of heartaches. Okay, because you actually got your house at a much higher price compared to the market 4 years down the road. Okay, so think about that. Alright, so another difference between these two selections is that when you are buying a BTO, you are buying a bare unit. It is empty. Alright, it's like having a blank canvas, and you will have to do your own artwork. You are the artist, right? So it basically means that you have to engage your own renovation company to do up the house to your own liking. Okay, on the other hand, resale flats, you have the chance and also the option or the choice to purchase a house which is already renovated. Okay, and some of this renovation might appeal to you. Okay, and if that's the case, then you might just save a lot of money in terms of renovation. Okay, even if you need to do some minor renovations like the toilets or some parts of the kitchen, it still saves you a lot of money as compared to renovating the whole house in a BTO flat. Alright, so another comparison between BTO and resale flats would be the size, and this has been the topic among a lot of home buyers now. Alright, so what is the size difference between the older flats from the open market and also the current BTOs? Let's take a look at the size right over here. Okay, now 3-room flats on average, they are about 67 to 69 square meters, and current BTOs, the size is about 60 to 65 square meters. Okay, not a lot of difference. Alright, but let's go down, go up the scale. For 4-room flats, Take a look at the size, about 105 square meters. Some units you get slightly smaller, about 100 square meters, but the BTOs is 90 square meters. So that is a lot of difference, okay? At least 10 square meters difference there, and 10 square meters could actually mean a bedroom. Alright, so 5-room flats now, 123 square meters on average, and currently they are going at about 110 square meters. Also a lot of difference, yeah. And take a look at executive units, okay? About 145 square meters, okay? And this kind of units are usually found in woodlands especially. And the current BTOs, look at the size of the executive units, about 130 square meters. So you can actually compare the size differences between BTO and the resale flats, and let the figure speak for itself. So we now come to the next point, which is location, and I feel that location is very important when you are buying your home. Now, if you would like to go for a BTO flat and you have a particular place in mind, for example, let's just put it as Clementi, for whatever the reason is, you want to buy near your parents, or you want to stay near your workplace, okay, and there is no opening for any BTOs in Clementi, then I'm so sorry, you don't have any choice. You have to go for the resale flats in the open market for you to be able to find a home in Clementi, okay. Now, even if there is an opening for a BTO in Clementi, you will only get your house 4 years later, because it has to go through the construction process like we talked about earlier part in this video, okay. And after the 4 years, after you collect the keys to your house, you will still have to stay for another 5 years. So imagine that you have to wait 4 years and stay for 5 years. That's a total of about 9 years, okay, and you are kind of stuck in that location for 9 years, and anything can change. Circumstances might change for that whole period of time, yeah. Probably you might be shifted out to a different location, your workplace, and you know, anything can happen. So you might want to consider that, because if you go for a resale flat and you get it right now and you stay there for 5 years, 5 years later, if you want to change your portfolio, or you want to move on to another house in a different location, you are free to do so after 5 years, because you have already completed your obligation to the minimum occupation period. So location is very important. Think about it, BTO and resale flat. So we now come to the very last point of today's discussion, which is the CPF housing grants that you are entitled to when buying a resale flat or a BTO flat, okay. So what are the different grants that are available for you? Let's take a look. For a resale flat, there are 3 different types of grants that you can get, which is the first time buyer grant, proximity housing grant or the PHG, and the additional housing grant, also known as the AHG, okay. So how does it work is that if you are a first time buyer, you are entitled to $30,000 grants, okay. And if you are buying near your parents, you are entitled to another $20,000. So if you meet these 2 criteria, $50,000 is already in your hands for you to buy your resale flat. On the other hand, the additional housing grant is slightly different. It goes by a few tiers, alright. Your total income must not be more than $5,000, alright. So if your income is between $4,500 to $5,000, you are entitled to $5,000 grants. And if your income is between $4,000 to $4,500, your grant is about $10,000. So as you can see, the grants will keep increasing when your income is decreasing, okay. So the total amount of grants you can get when buying a resale flat is actually $90,000, and that is really quite a lot. So for BTO flats, you are entitled to 2 different kind of grants, which is the AHG, additional housing grants, similar to the resale flats, and also the special housing grant, the SHG, and it works quite similar to the AHG, okay. So for the special housing grant, your total income must not be more than $8,500, and it goes on a different tier as well, similar to the AHG. Yeah. So if your income is between $8,000 to $8,500, you are entitled to $5,000 grants. If it's between $7,500 to $8,000, then you are entitled to $10,000 grants. So it will keep increasing as your income decreases. That's how it works, similar to the AHG, okay. And of course, the only time you can use the SHG is when you are buying a BTO in a non-mature estate. Take note of that, yeah, non-mature estate, and when you are continuously employed for more than for a year at least. Okay, so only then you are eligible for the special housing grant. So that is something that you should really consider. And of course, the total amount of grants you can get from the special housing grant is actually $40,000, and the total amount of grants that you can get from the additional housing grant is also $40,000. So if you can get the maximum for these two grants in a BTO flat, $80,000 is for you. Okay, but just remember that it goes on a different tiers following your income level. Alright guys, so that's the end of today's discussion. I hope you benefit something from whatever we discussed today. Either a BTO flat or resale flat is ultimately your choice. Whatever suits your requirements, that would be the best home for you. Okay, so stay tuned for the next episode of Property Solutions by Fayad. If you need any advice on property matters, just give me a call at 9653-5062. Keep on smiling, because when you smile, I smile. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.